Hello everyone, welcome to the second part of our lecture for finals. So we'll be discussing the different functions, duties, and responsibilities of a salesman. All right. So basically there are different functions, duties, and responsibilities of a salesman, and one duty of a salesman, which is the fundamental duty of a salesman, is of course selling. So this duty includes meeting the prospects, presenting and demonstrating the products, of course perhaps even inducing the prospects to buy the product or taking orders, and of course affecting sales. So it is the responsibility of a salesperson to sell products. Okay. Next is, it's not only that you sell the product, but you also have to guide the buyers. So as a salesperson, you are supposed to guide the buyers in buying the goods that they want. So if you notice, if you actually go to malls, let's say department store, okay, sometimes it's annoying, but the sales ladies or salesman would follow you around when you walk. Why? Because they just simply want to guide you in your buying, diba? But sometimes it's quite annoying. But that's their duty kasi. All right. Another is you have also to attend to the complaints of your um, buyers. So you're supposed to attend to the complaints of the customers immediately. Okay. And as much as possible, you have to try to settle also their grievances, okay, as quickly as possible, but at the same time, you're supposed to be doing it sincerely. Okay, there you go. Next is, okay, as a salesperson, it is also your function, your duty, and your responsibility to collect bills. So sometimes a salesman may be required to collect the outstanding bill relating to the goods sold by him. In such case, he has to collect, or she has to collect the bills and remit the amount to his firms. Okay, there you go. Next is, of course, you need to collect also credit information. If you are to provide credit to your customers, you need to collect credit information. So you're required to get information if they are worthy to be given credit, or if they are qualified, okay, for credit. So you have to get the detailed information and then submit this information to your firm in time. Okay. Next is reporting. Another duty, another responsibility, another function of a salesperson is, of course, reporting. So especially if you are a traveling salesperson, you are required to what? Send daily, weekly, monthly, or even monthly reports to your firm. You have to provide information, okay, about the calls you make, about the sales, about the services that you rendered, about the route, schedule, expenses incurred, okay, about the business condition, okay, and then competition if you have any. And all right, next is organizing. Okay, so a salesperson is, of course, especially if you are a traveling salesman, you are required to organize your tour program. So you have to prepare your route and time schedules, okay, for your tour in a systematic manner. Right. Next is you have also to attend sales meetings. So a salesman is required to attend the sales meetings convened by his employer at a periodical interval to discuss the marketing problems. Okay, what else? Sales promotion activities, or maybe sales policies. And then another is touring. A traveling salesperson has to undertake touring regularly to cover the sales territories assigned to him. And next is arranging for packing and delivery. So a salesperson has to, of course, arrange for packing of goods sold so that the products won't be damaged. And of course, the delivery of the package to the buyers. Okay. And then number 11 is that, okay, another function of a salesman. If you are an indoor or counter salesman, you have to what? Arrange for window and counter displays of your product. In what way? It should be in an attractive manner so that you will attract or induce your prospects to buy. And then another is, of course, promotion of goodwill. So every salesperson has to build up satisfied clientele for his or her employer and thereby promote the goodwill of the firm or the company. Okay. And then number 13 is that one function, one duty or responsibility of a salesman is, of course, to recruit and train. So as a salesperson, especially if you are already a seasoned salesperson, so if there are new recruits, you have to what? Impart your knowledge, okay, by training them, okay, accompanying them while making sales call. So next is working with middleman. So salespeople or salesperson establishes direct relations with middlemen. Who are these middlemen? The distributors, the wholesalers, okay, and collect market information and of course pass it on to their firm or their company. Okay, so these are the duties or the functions, duties and responsibilities of a salesperson. All right, let's proceed now to the social responsibility in selling. So when we speak of social responsibility, it is actually defined as a doctrine that expresses concern for the welfare of others. So a professional salesperson must be socially responsible to, number one, the prospects, company, to other salesmen, to the competitors, and of course, to themselves. Okay, so we know it so well that the lifeblood of every selling activity is actually the prospect. In fact, sabi nga nila, without customers, there would be no business. So, customers are considered to be the king of the market. So, should the prospect resist to buy, okay, the product, no sale shall be consummated. Hence, there is a need for a salesperson or a salesman to be very careful in his or her dealings with the prospects. So, you're supposed to be socially responsible to your prospect. So, you have to be responsible to match the features of your product to the needs and problems of your prospects. Another is that you have to express genuine interest to help your prospect. And please remember this, do not overprice the product that you offer. Okay? And then if there are any promotional item, okay, meant for the prospect, it should be or it must be given away by the salesman. Another is that you have to be sure to fully explain the features and benefits of the product to the prospects. So you have to be patient. Okay, if there are queries, if there are clarifications, you have to answer in a manner that would be acceptable and understandable for your prospects. So keep your promises to your prospect in terms of delivery, installation, and other services. So do not make promises that you cannot fulfill. You have to keep your promises. If you say that you will deliver the product on this particular date, then you have to do it. Next is that supplement your discussion with product demonstration to better educate your prospects. So we learned in midterms that you're supposed to have knowledge about your product so that you can supplement your discussion with the demonstration or presentation of your product. Okay, next is you have to show courtesy and of course respect to your prospects. So if they do not really want to buy the product, then you have to respect their decision. Okay, so that is, or these are your social responsibility, okay, to your prospects. All right, next, you are also socially responsible to your, or you also have your social responsibility to your company. So the salesperson's employer is of course the company. The manufacturer of the product he or she offers for sale is of course the company. The company provides him or her with earnings or earning opportunities that will enable him or her or his and his or her family to survive in this highly competitive economy. Therefore, as a salesperson, you are duty bound to help your company to grow and, of course, develop in terms of sales, profit, and image. So, as a salesperson, you are being socially responsible to your company. First, you have to act as ambassador of goodwill to your company. You promote your company. Okay, you have to comply also with the sales strategies and policies of your company. Okay, if they tell you that you're supposed to do this and that, then you have to comply. Okay, even dress code, you have to wear the dress code of the company in selling. All right, next is you are also socially responsible to your company by establishing loyalty for your company. You work for your company and for another at the same time. If you do this, it would be harmful not only to your company but also to yourself. Why? Because they will not trust you anymore. Okay, next is that you have to contribute your best for the attainment or to the attainment of the sales and profit objectives of your company. Okay, so you do your best in selling so that you will meet or help meet the objectives of your company. Next also is that you need to schedule regular visits to your company for your own good. Why is that? So that if there are new products, okay, or new deliveries perhaps, you are informed. Or if there are changes in terms of policies or strategies, at least you are informed. Okay, so you have to visit your company. Okay, so you are not only socially responsible to your company, but also as a salesperson, you are also socially responsible to other salesmen. Why? Because you are not the only representative of the company. You also work with other salespeople in helping the company achieve higher sales profit. Therefore, as a salesperson, you also have social responsibility to other sales people. So what are these? You need to help recruit, or you need to help the new recruits rather in helping or developing their skills and knowledge in the company. Next also is that you share the best practices with other salesmen or salespeople who are struggling in their sales. You know what? If you are somebody who is secured or somebody who who's doing well, you will not be selfish in selling in sharing your skills, in sharing your knowledge, okay, in helping others. Diba? Next is, this is also very important, you should avoid pirating another sales person's prospect. Okay? So you have to know your responsibility as a salesperson. Do not pirate another salesperson's prospect. So everybody wants to be the number one in anything and everything. However, not everybody can be number one. So only one at a given time must be there on top. Therefore, you have a social responsibility to your competitors. So you try to have, okay, a healthy competition. So competition is not bad as long as, okay, it's a healthy competition. Therefore, you have to try your best. Okay. Next is, do what is right to obtain your sales goal. So you have to do what is right. Do not do something that would besmirch the reputation of others, or perhaps, um, you know, destroy also the reputation of your company, just the or your competitor's company, just to obtain your sales goals, but rather you have to do what is right. Next is, avoid stepping on other competitors' shoes, meaning to say, okay, you have to um you know do your best, okay, so that you will not do something that you will regret later on, by destroying perhaps, okay, your competitors, or maybe trying to do something illegal, okay, just to sell your product. All right, so you have to do what is right. So refrain also from negative comparison. So if you're talking to your prospect, do not say something that is negative to your competitors. Why? Because your prospect might think that when you move to another prospect, you might say something negative about him or her. So you have to refrain from negative comparison. Okay? All right. So if you are socially responsible to your competitors, it is also but just imperative that you have to be socially responsible to yourself. So who else will love you the most except yourself? You should be careful, therefore, about your health, your good name, your education, and your total well-being. And of course, your occupation or your profession. So as a salesperson, you have to be socially responsible to yourself. So what should you do? Avoid pirating other sales person's prospects. Avoid deviating from the price list of the company. Avoid pocketing the promotional items meant for customers. Okay. So please do not do this. If you become a salesperson in the future, like for example, if you sell even products, sometimes there are freebies to be given supposedly to the clients or the prospects. So do not pocket it, but rather you give it to your customers. Okay. Next is, always remit to the company any sales, collections, and of course payment. And do not use the name of the company for self-enhancement and preservation. Okay. So do not be selfish. All right. So that ends our lecture for today. I will see you again on the next topic. Thank you.